Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. I want to take a few minutes today and go over kind of my long-term overviews, observations, and thoughts about this new slip joint that I brought into the collection a couple of weeks ago, the Maserin Plow Buster, which is loosely interpreted off of the sodbuster shape or pattern, depending on how you want to look at that. Before I get too far into it, guys, I want to just thank all the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't do enough for you guys. I appreciate you more than you know. And then I'd love to invite any of you who haven't had a chance yet to please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. That way you'll be notified when I release new content, and it'll help the channel get more views, I'm told. But the Maserin Plowbuster is a knife that I heard about from Brother Pocket Metal. It came from a website called collectorknives.net, and they carry a lot of different traditional knives, some nicer ones and some that I consider to be value price knives like this Maserin. This Maserin is a very nicely constructed modern slip joint. I say modern because it has screws construction, not pin construction. It does have this kind of, I guess you'd call it modern ricotta that keeps you from hitting the blade and getting any blade wrap. And the materials are just machined very, very well. This micarta, to me, looks like fat cut carbon fiber. When you look at the graining and you feel the texture that's ever so light, but the smoothness between all those transitions, it's done very, very well. And guys, this knife retailed for right under $56, $55.95, and it has a lot of really good reviews on collectorknives.net. And Pocket Metal had told me it was a really good representation of a case Sodbuster, which I've recently picked up. But anyways, guys, I'm just kind of playing with the slip joint game, and this is one that I thought would be a neat addition. It was again under 56 bucks, like $55. This ricotta also serves as kind of like a finger protector. So you notice there, if that knife were to close on me because I was being just an absolute idiot, I'm not coming into contact with that blade. I like that. I like the modern materials. The blade is an acid wash D2 tool steel. And then you've got the micarta handles, the steel spring and liners, stainless steel hardware. When I look at the fit and finish on this knife, I would almost give it a 10 until you get right back here to the back. Full disclosure, you do have the tiniest of gap in this spring right on the right side of the blade. Again, you don't have any displacement in that spring, any up or down, anything that makes you feel it. You can't even feel the little gap because it's so small, but you do see it, and it's something to be aware of. One thing really neat about collectorknives.net is in their specifications, they not only give you the country of origin, their pull, the close strength, what your different tolerances are going to be, country of origin again, materials, but they also give you what's called factory effort. So they carry knives from Hen and Rooster, they carry knives from GEC, they carry knives from Lion Steel, they carry a lot of really nice knives. And on every run or every drop that they will give you the factory effort. So they had rated this a factory effort of 8 out of 10. 4, 5 would be pretty shitty. 10 would be the best. Some of the Lion Steels that I saw were 9s. I hadn't seen any 10s in stock, but if this is representative of what an 8 would be like in quality, I'm very impressed. Just a really nice mid-size slip joint. I had picked up not too long ago off Etsy this little white leather sheath. It just happens to fit this knife perfectly. It's just a little inexpensive slip. I've still got to get on my slip game and get with Joe. I've got one of his slips and I've got one of Troy's, both of which I purchased from Lefty. I haven't gotten either from those guys yet, but I really need to up my slip game now that I'm starting to carry these more. But let's do a couple of real quick size comparisons on this knife. We'll first compare it to a couple of modern folders that we might all be aware of, and then we'll get some measurements. We'll weigh it, and we'll be done. We'll make it quick. It's a slip joint, right? Well, I'm not going to break out the tape measure yet. That might be a little premature. So let's start with the Benchmade bug out. And you'll see that the Maserin Plowbuster is maybe a 1/16 or an 1/8 inch longer than the Benchmade bug out, which means there's no need to pull out my paramilitary 2, but I will, just so you guys can see if you don't have a bug out. That's how much smaller it is than the Para 2, about an inch shorter. And it's maybe a 1/16. We'll call it the same size and length as the Benchmade bug out. Now let's look at it next to the two knives that I've been kind of interested in and knives that are built like them. Let's look at the Case Sodbuster Junior in tool steel. It is about 3/4 of an inch shorter. And the Case full-size Sodbuster in stainless. So guys, the Maserin kind of splits the difference between the two Case, who has the name Sodbuster trademarked, while you have Plowbusters and Clodbusters and things like that. So it's going to be bigger than the Sodbuster Junior and a little bit smaller than our Case Sodbuster. Let's look at it next to this little canoe-shaped Boker Club. It's going to be larger than the Boker Club. Guys, this is falling on the larger size of my slip joints. It's the same size as my Stockton, just a little bit shorter than the Stockton. And the Stockton is one of my longest knives, which makes me think it's going to be close in length, a little bit shorter than the Amazon. I think this is the 1510, 1508. And let's look at it while we've got it out. Next to the Ohio River Jack. And you will see that the Clodbuster, or excuse me, the Plowbuster Junior, the Plowbuster, which is the Maserin version of this knife, is going to be considerably larger than most of these other slip joints, with the exception it looks like it's done it a lot in that blade. But guys, let's see what that translates into real dimensions that we can actually measure. So the first thing we'll do, since it is closed, we'll get a closed measurement. Using Javon's promotional ruler, I say that is 4 inches. I'm going to call it 4 inches because it's close enough for me. Now I'm going to open it up. It's got a good snap when you open it up. I'm going to say it is right above 7 1/4 inches overall. The entire blade is 3 1/4 roughly. Cutting edge is right over 2 3/4. The comfortable grip, which I can get all the way up here comfortably, I think anyone will be able to utilize. You've got 4 inches of micarta, another 1/4 of an inch to this ricotta here. And talking about blade stock, it is thin and slicey, and we'll cut some paper here in just a second. Turn this on. 0.880 up at the tip. 0.047 down here over the sharpening edge. 0.022 back here. 0.0155. 0.02 up front. And then our handle, I'm guessing, is going to be around a 1/2 inch. I don't think you can get much closer than that. 0.5005. And with the micarta and the steel, I'm guessing this knife's going to come in at about 2.5 ounces. with a 3¼ blade coming in under 3 ounces, I think would be huge. 2.7 ounces. So very comfortable knife. Let's do this. Let's see how much it weighs in my pocket. So 3.05 in the slip, 2.7 just the naff. And guys, that is the Maserin Plow Buster. The only place I found it, thanks to Pocket Metal's suggestion, was at collectorknives.net. It's got a little bit of blade marking, but not much. Just Maserin, Italy. Has a nice little understated finger pull. Again, I don't really use the nail necks or nail neck. I'd say it's got about a 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5 is what I'd give it, you know. So again, I don't even know if I'm rating them right. It does have a little lanyard loopy in the back for people who like lanyards. I'm really impressed with the knife. I'm glad I purchased it. If I lost it tomorrow, would I buy it again? I'm just getting into this knife. I might get another color micarta. They've got an off-white in stock that looks pretty cool, but I would buy this knife again because as far as my slip joints go, right now I've got an affinity with these Sodbuster style, and I probably, if I pick up more slip joints, instead of going for something super crazy, although I've got one super crazy coming in that I can't wait to share with you guys, thanks to a brother from another mother. I hope to get some more Sodbuster styles because it's something I'm really digging. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for supporting the channel by being here. Thank you for looking out for the guy or gal to your left. Thank you for looking out for the guy or gal to your right. Thank you for looking out for one another. Please go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.